Hey guys, Jeff Dickinson here. Today, I'm showing you my original 1977 Star Wars program. I was on the Geek and I podcast and spoke a little bit about it, and had some requests to go through it, so let's dig in. This is the front cover, of course, as you see it, and here's your back cover. It has a texture feel to both sides. If you went to see Star Wars when it first came out, I'm not sure how long the programs last. We saw this the second week it got released, and it gave you a little insight. Kind of cool. It let people know a little bit about the story behind, a little bit of the backstory of the characters. So it gave you a little familiarity to the storyline. Now what I'm going to do here is zoom in here so you can pause it and read it if you wish. Gives you a little backstory and a little bit about the actors too. What they did and stuff. And gives you a little backstory of Carrie Fisher, about Debbie and Eddie Fisher. So it gives you a little bit, not only about the characters, but about the people who portrayed the characters. What was cool about this when I was a kid, I saw it behind the counter. And that's the first time I noticed something like this. That you were able to see a little bit about the movie before you were able to see the movie. I never saw that before as a kid, and it spoke to me, and I begged my mom. I spent my allowance already, and I didn't have any money. And of course, I only got $1 for allowance. This thing was probably way more. So she got it for me. I'll put a link below on the podcast if you want to get a little behind the scenes to it. Please forgive any glares. Trying to do it justice. And what's cool is this is the center of it. Gives you a scene of the dogfight. Hopefully you can see all that. Kind of cool, kind of cool. So this gave you a little bit, like I said, about the characters, including some of the creatures you would see in the film. Kind of neat. I liked it because of the fact that, I didn't get a chance to go through it like I probably wanted to as a kid. Because I'm very curious about my characters in movies and stuff. My mom was big into movies. So, it kind of leaked onto me. A lot of iconic scenes. And it includes a little bit about the behind the scenes. So hopefully you can pause that, read up a little bit about it. This was re-released back in the 90s, but the quality of it was very poor. Not sure how much it cost. All I know is a friend of mine said that he had one, but it was really flimsy paper. This is a thick, coarse paper with textured front and back, and he said his was not textured. So it was a cheap version of what was originally released. It is really cool that this was available. Of course, when the movie was over with, me, my little brother, my little sister, share this. Well, we shared the original. My mom was cool enough to buy two. I think she wanted one for herself, but knew we pretty much didn't really take care of the original that we had. Here's a little bit about George Lucas history. I was 11 years old when I got it. My little brother's 18 months younger than me. My sister was really young. And of course, we enjoyed it. We didn't tear it up, but, we didn't take it easy on it either. And of course, here's a little bit about the cast. I was fortunate enough, my mom thought I was old enough. My turn, I can't remember, I was 16 or 17 on my birthday. I remember getting it. They even give you a technical crew. So I gave special thanks to everybody who worked on it almost. And of course, if you send $1.50 plus 50 cents for postage, you get another copy of it. And there's my original Star Wars program. Now I got a surprise for you. Let me get it. Hang tight. Here it is. This was also shown on the podcast. And once again, people were curious about this. This came out in 2014. And it's the storyboards of the original trilogy movies. It was by Abrams. And it gives a little forward here, which I'm not going to go through. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But what I want to do here is just show you a glimpse of it. Give you a little idea. So you can see what was in the mind of George Lucas and the storyboards. What's cool about this book that I love the most is this is the very first time you're able to see the storyboards. This was never released before. I got this in 2014. I paid $40 for it. A friend of mine, once again, was asking if they could see his little sneak peek. I said, you know what? Let me do a little video for you. I looked it up and found it on Amazon. Gave him the link. I can't remember how much it was, but I don't know. But let's see here. I've got some pages marked here that I want to show you guys. Sorry. I'm going ahead of myself here. Alright, so let me go ahead and take this off. This book is hardbound, of course, and gives you a little insight. Of how they're going to shoot it. Trying to do this the best I can. Please forgive. Once again, like I said, I would love to go through the whole thing with you, but time constraint. I can't. Let's go to the next page I marked. Go ahead. No wonder it's got bent over. Okay. And here's The Empire Strikes Back. Gives you an idea of how they were going to open the movie. I went through the whole book when I first got it, and I couldn't believe that I was holding my hands the original storyboards to Star Wars. That was a glimpse behind the scenes that I've never seen before. Now, I've seen interviews where they showed a few, funny reference. THX 1138 ILM. And let's go through to the next one I marked. This is the battle scene. The snow battle scene. Which I thought was totally epic. I was like, whoa. Things are going to get cool right off the bat. So, I don't know about you. I mean, I love Star Wars. But this one was awesome to watch. And became instantly one of my favorite Star Wars films. I love all three, don't get me wrong. You know? But man, I tell you what. It was epic. I've seen the behind the scenes and how they made this with the stop motion. Which my hat's off to them. I love stop motion photography. Very, very interesting. And man, it totally blew me away. Yeah, some are color, but majority of these are in black and white. It gave you a scale ideal on how they were going to do this. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Jedi. Like I said, I wish I could show you the whole book, but I don't want to spoil it for everybody. You could go ahead and get this on Amazon.com from the last time I looked. Sorry, I can't remember the price on it. I think it was probably around the same price, if not a little bit less. Man, when you go through this, you'll recognize some changes. You recognize the story was done in a little bit different from the opening. They have a way of, George knew what he wanted. This is a scene that was cut. I believe a friend of mine told me it was on YouTube, and he sent me the link and I saw it. It's a silent link in color, which shows Luke crafting his lightsaber before C-3PO and R2-D2 head over to Jabba's castle. Now let me go to this right here. This is cool. This is the This is the biker scene through the woods. Now here's a little bit, some quick sketches here, which is cool. But what was cool here is that this is the original storyboards, like I said, released, and you can see it's on 3-hole binder paper. And you can see the storyboard is probably glued. Let me go through this here for you. And he gave the ideal of what they're gonna do. And there are several pages just like this of the 3-ring binder, which I'm assuming that George probably had with him, or someone had with him during the production while they were doing this. Let me go to the last marker I have here. And this is going to be for the dogfight, right when they blow up the second Death Star. Little notes here. Shot sequence. I think this is really cool. There's the battle before it began. And like I said, here's some more colored sketches, storyboard sketches. Where they're fighting. It's really badass. So that's it for that. Star Wars Storyboards, the original trilogy is what you want to look for. Well guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you thought it was cool, and I'll check you later.
I'm going to watch some Star Wars. There's